This looks beautiful. Okay, let's make some yummy meals to support our hormones. I'm starting out with breakfast, and I decided to make something different today that I've never made before, and that is congee. Honestly, I'm not sure if I did it perfectly traditional because I didn't have everything, but I just added in 1 cup of jasmine rice to 6 cups of bone broth. I know that I believe it's just normal broth. Anyway, I just wanted to add something to have a little bit more protein in there with the bone broth. So I added that in with like a teaspoon of ginger, and I really wanted to focus on warming foods for this part of my cycle. So for the toppings, I just did like a 7-minute boiled egg. I think I boiled them for a little bit longer because they were a little bit overcooked. Put them in an ice bath and then served that up after 15 minutes of pressure cooking with some shallots, coconut aminos, and green onions, a little bit of chili sauce, and some sesame. So good. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I just survived a viral stomach bug. I will say I'm so excited to try this. I'm at the very end of my period. During my follicular phase, I really want to focus on nutrients that are going to support egg quality. Really preparing for ovulation, but this is my first bite. How have I never made this? Oh wow, actually incredible. That's my goal though for today, and honestly in this next week is really focusing on eating plenty of foods. Eating enough food in general is very important for ovulation to not dim down the hormones that have us release an egg. So it's really important to eat enough calories during your follicular phase and even in your luteal phase, because your metabolic rate increases during your luteal phase because of progesterone. So it's really important to eat. It's really important to eat enough, ladies. It's important to have enough food, enough protein specifically. Eating enough food simply is a really simple way to make sure that you are supporting your fertility and ovulation, and something that I've been very mindful of. For lunch, I have a nice warming lunch and a warming dinner. I'm gonna make like a miso tahini roasted sweet potato lunch, and that's gonna have salmon in it. Salmon, I try to eat seafood at least 2 to 3 times a week, every single week, just to support fertility, just because of all the trace minerals and the micronutrients. And especially with salmon, you get those fatty acids that are so good. For dinner, I'm gonna do like a curry sort of a recipe. I'm focusing on getting enough minerals, getting enough my major macro micronutrients. Anyway, I'm gonna finish eating this. This is a 10 out of 10. This lunch was warm and filling and delicious, and it was so incredibly easy. I just started off by chopping up some Japanese sweet potatoes. These are delicious. This is how to make the perfect roasted potatoes. Cut them up into wedges, a little bit of oil of your choice. I use MCT oil, 450 for like 15-20 minutes. Just keep an eye on them depending where they're at in the oven. Literally comes out perfect. And then this dressing was so easy. I did a 1/4 cup each of miso paste, tahini, water, added in some garlic and ginger, and then put in some coconut aminos. Done. Chop up some bok choy, cook that in a little bit of olive oil, and then here's how to make perfect salmon. You sear it on high for 2 minutes with the flesh side in some ghee with some salt, and then cook it for 9 minutes at 425 degrees. Perfect salmon every single time. I added everything onto a plate with some microgreens, and this meal was a 10 out of 10. This looks beautiful. Looks so good and warm and filling. I'm so excited to eat this. You make salmon this way, you'll never go back. It's literally better than restaurant salmon. It's cooked perfectly every single time. This needs to go in well. This This is my hyperfixation right now. This tea, the combination, it's a match made in heaven. Chocolate chai tea with the Element chocolate chai. Oh, and the smell of it. It is so good. I was just having a conversation with my sister. She was just talking to me about, honestly, my health and my hormones. And ever since we discovered the mold, that I discovered the mold in my body, for so long when I tried to fix my hormone problems with hormonal replacement therapy, going to different doctors who put me on hormone replacement therapy, that never fixed the problem. And so I had hormone problems. They tried to fix the hormone problems with those hormones. Oh, you have low progesterone, we'll just give you progesterone. However, that just didn't help me. I never got any better. I never saw progress. What changed everything in my life was when I went back to school and I understood that every single thing, this is it, this is the key. And it took me a decade to figure out that it is this. Every single thing comes down to the health of the cell. Okay? That's literally it. That's the main thing. But then what do cells need? And what makes up a healthy cell? If a cell is being attacked, obviously that's gonna make an unhealthy cell, okay? Of course. And then if a cell isn't getting the nutrients that it needs, that's going to affect how the cell works. Every single cell of the body has a sodium potassium pump, every single cell. And if you don't have sodium, potassium, if you don't have enough of those minerals, the cell's not going to work properly. I was just reading a study. This is so cool and so interesting. The soil, like in the 1970s and our soil today, the drastic drop in potassium and magnesium, just those two nutrients alone is so shocking. And it's just no wonder that so many women do experience hormonal problems because we rely on our adrenal glands so much for our hormones. And guess what the adrenals need? They need really specifically potassium. And so I don't find it a coincidence at all that women struggle with hormonal health because our food genuinely isn't the same anymore. All that to say, all these years of struggling with my hormones, and I have made the most progress that I've ever made in my entire life this year because I did this one thing, which is focus on getting my cells healthier. That is it. And the way that I did that is by simply getting, obviously in my case, because of the pathogen, working on the mold and then giving my body the nutrients. If you are struggling with your hormones like I was for so many years, so very many years, and you have tried all the things, you've done everything, focus on your cells. And the way that you can do that, simply, obviously, you might want to get a pathogen test. One of the easiest ways that you can do that every single day, truly, is give yourself sodium, potassium, magnesium. So easy. Want to give your cells what they need, give them electrolytes, because that is exactly what they need, what they want, and what they're looking for. I used to think that electrolytes were just for people who are like sweating profusely, but no. Favorite easiest ways to do that is to throw an Element pack in my tea, I literally have my hydration drink. Get your sodium, potassium, and magnesium in a perfect ratio that really truly allows the cell to have all the nutrients that it needs to allow for proper hydration, for proper fluid movement. Want to give your cells what they need, give them electrolytes, because that is exactly what they need, what they want, and what they're looking for. You can go to drinkelement.com, that's drinklmnt.com/Cambria, and you're gonna get your free sample pack with your purchase. Limited edition chocolate medley is out right now, and this is my obsession. I will leave a link in the description box. It's the best. And hearing how the hydration drink alone has changed your life, your cycles, your literally everything, your cervical mucus, your headaches. When I hear how it's helped you, I'm just like, we're all just living better lives when we have our minerals, okay? Class is dismissed. This is our classroom, okay? Healthy cells make healthy tissue, make up a healthy organism. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to withhold myself from drinking like 10 a day of these. Okay, this coconut curry soup warmed my heart and soul. So I took a couple chicken breasts and I ended up doing 2 tablespoons of curry powder and then some coriander, some cumin, garlic powder, season with your heart, a little bit of smoked paprika, plenty of salt. Don't forget the salt, a tablespoon of olive oil, let that marinate. And then I chopped up an onion and we're going to cook perfect chicken right now. So 2 minutes on high each side, and then you're going to cover it with a lid for 8 minutes. then turn off the heat and let it set for 10 minutes. Comes out perfect every time. I cut up my kabocha squash and my acorn squash because I really needed to use these up from the farm. And this soup was just so good and so easy. So while my chicken finished cooking, once it finished cooking, I took it out and then I added in my ginger. I did like a knob of grated ginger and then add in your onion. And then this is when you're gonna add in 2 cans of coconut milk, rather, not cups, and then 1 quart of bone broth. You wanna add in your squash, let it simmer for 20 minutes, and then that's pretty much it. And then you add in your chicken and it's done. Okay, this could be one of the most delicious things that I've ever made. This curry soup is phenomenal, like actually phenomenal. Don't mind the couch that's getting washed. All the covers are getting washed today, so this is one of the best things that I've ever made. Oh my gosh, I cannot explain how delicious this truly is. One of my favorite soups I've ever made. I am beside myself at how good this is. What does that even mean? What does I'm beside myself mean? I don't know. That's what I am. Bo's at the gym, so he's missing out on this right now. Once I took a little taste test, I was like, I'm not waiting for him to get home. I think today's day of eats could be the best one I've had in forever. Just a little catch up when it comes to, since we talked about healthy cells so much. I had 2 conversations that were really important. Number 1, all of this relates back to fertility and just health in general. Obviously, like a huge goal that I have is, you know, to be able to have a healthy pregnancy. I was talking to our new friend. His dad is a gastroenterologist. He was asking his dad about my situation and my blood test and the mold in my blood and everything like that. And his dad was like, well, once it's systemic, it's very hard to treat. And I was like, thank you. That is me. That is my life. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but I shared like over a year ago when I did my gut health video. I know how to handle candida. Like, I know the supplements, I know what to do. I know what to do because for years I cut out all sugar, which ruined my thyroid function, like glucose in general. I'm talking like I ate no carbs to starve it out. That never worked. I did it perfectly. I did exactly what I was supposed to do textbook wise. Never worked. That's because when there is an underlying mold problem, you will never get rid of the candida. It's like trying to clean out the rats, if you will, when you have garbage in the street. Like the mold is the garbage and the candida is the rats. Like you try to eliminate the rats, well, there's a bunch of garbage. They're just gonna keep coming back. So it's the same thing with candida. So anyway, all that to say, if I don't take like the most intense things ever for candida and mold, just like antifungal stuff, if I don't take those natural things, like all of them, all the time. Oh, hi, babe. Good. I know. Does it smell so good?
Really good.
It's amazing. If I don't take all of those to the most extreme measure and the maximum, and even my GI map came back clear, but if I don't do it and take it and never miss a day, like it just comes back so quickly. And that's because it's systemic. It's systemic. And I'm like, ugh, because the mold that I have is literally the worst kind of mold. It's Stachybotrys, black mold. Talking to my sister about it tonight, and she was sharing with me that somebody that she was talking to was the same thing with me, same situation as me, same story, same everything as me. She did all the things for so many years, and it got to the point where she just she was like, I have to take like what she ended up doing is taking an antifungal, like the strongest antifungal that you could possibly take for like 4 months. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you that I am very open to, I am so thankful for Western medicine. I love natural. Give me all the herbs, do all the things. But oh my goodness, I will say in a world where there is an unnatural amount of things that are so bad, that I am so thankful for Western medicine. So I'm really heavily considering doing that. I'm really heavily considering doing a very strong antifungal. That's where I'm at. I'm really considering doing that. If I do it, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know what it is. I understand that there's side effects to everything. I totally understand that. But I'm at the point where it is so systemic in my body from so many years of living and breathing in it that I am ready to kill it. I'm ready to kill it. I'm ready to inhibit the enzyme pathways that it just continues to flourish. I'm ready for it to be gone and be out of my body. So the doctor was saying the only thing that works is antifungals. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well just get on the strongest possible antifungal, because I have literally done the strongest antifungals herb-wise. You name it, I have done it all, and it is systemic in my body. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I just thought I'd give you a little update, you know, share the journey, bring you along. Okay, it's the next day. I just finished editing this video. I'm so excited because I just got my little hormone monitor in the mail, and I'm so fascinated by that kind of stuff, and I'm just excited that I don't have to go in for like serum draws to check up on things. I am utterly fascinated with hormone health now, and I am so thankful for the path that I'm on, even though I got here through tremendous heartache and loss. And I'm just excited to actually get to see my hormones, you know, like in real time. So I'm able to start it tomorrow because I'm at the very end of my period now. So we'll see how all that it goes. But anyway, I hope you got some delicious meal ideas. Seriously, that curry soup is phenomenal. And even the lunch that I made with the little tahini sauce dressing, so good, just so delicious. The breakfast, like everything was amazing. And also don't forget, you can go to drinkelement.com. That's drinklmnt.com/Cambria. And I'm actually about to make my hydration drink right now because I didn't make it today. So I'm gonna do that right now, get hydrated after my editing. I just finished editing this video, and then I'm gonna go for my walk. I'm gonna go get my 10,000 steps. I'm gonna go for a big walk right now because we have guests in town, so I didn't have my walking pad. So it's getting dark, but I'm gonna go make it happen. So I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.